What is up, everyone? Today we're going to go over this. So this is going to be a rescue review and we're going to do it right now. I have been in quarantine for a little bit, not because I have COVID, but because I ended up around 2 COVID bombs. It's a bomb! Yeah, don't have COVID. But I've been busy doing stuff with Unreal Engine, which is pretty cool, allowed me to do stuff like this. And this. You can always learn something new. What's up, guys? So I want to do this because I saw this video a little late. Shout out to Angry Cops, who kind of went over this a little bit. If you haven't checked his channel out, he does really good content just overall. This video is of a rescue that was done off of Niagara Falls, or not off, but just before Niagara Falls. And it was the Coast Guard that did it. So some similarity there, a little bit of different techniques, but most of the stuff is the same. But I want to kind of go over and break down what he's doing. So first thing, I saw the video of him explaining some stuff, which we'll go over later, which is kind of freaking scary to me. I don't know if that's just, maybe it's a different platform, but aerodynamics work the same, and we'll go over that later. So he's based out of Michigan. They go and deploy to the helicopter, or from the helicopter. They deploy out, and he has a crash axe in his hand, as you can see in the video. So he has a crash axe, he's going down. This is what's called direct deployment. So direct deployment is where you're connected to the hook the entire time. You're not disconnecting, especially because the current right off of Niagara Falls, you don't want to disconnect. There's no way you're going to be able to swim upstream. So it's swift water rescue. So direct deployment, you're going down with a quick strap, which is basically a thing that allows you to slip it over them, and then it just has a leg strap. Unfortunately, in this video, the lady had passed away. I believe she tried to commit suicide. I'm not 100% on that. Don't quote me on that. But they lowered the river, I think it was like 5 feet. They dammed it up a little bit more and allowed them to get this lady out. So they ended up deploying from the helicopter, going down, crash axe on his hand. You can tell from the video that the crash axe, obviously you have the current that's running on both sides of the car, and he needs to open that up. So the handle isn't as, I wouldn't trust the handle. He goes and he breaks I think he breaks the window, I'm not 100%, but at least you can get more leverage from the actual car that way if the window wasn't already broken. Something I want to highlight here is direct deployment is basically like playing the crane game. The helicopter pilots can't see what's going on directly beneath them. So you have the crew chief that's doing a freaking awesome job getting that guy to where he needs to be within feet of that door so he can get in, so he can reach it and basically open that up. So he's playing the crane game, basically telling the pilots to where they need to go, and they're making inputs based upon what the crew chief is telling the pilots. The swimmer is just at the mercy of the crew chief and the pilots. Once he gets there, they just got to keep that stable hover going. So he gets there, he opens the door. Now, something of note on the way down, he's not wearing fins. Totally understandable. That would be useless in this situation. So if you're going to stay connected to the hoist the entire time, there's no way you're going to swim upstream. You're going to need to get to where you need to go and pull yourself to get this lady out. And it goes in the passenger side. The lady is in the driver's side, which means he's got to get this lady out. I don't know how he did it, if he just grabbed her arm and pulled her to him and got her in the quick strap. She was passed away at that moment in time. But he had to open the door, keep it open so he didn't get trapped in the car, because that's a whole different issue. So now once he gets her, hooks her all up and brings her up into the actual aircraft. So some dangerous things in there. You have a car, you don't know where it's going to get dislodged or not, where it's kind of lodged in. If the car starts moving when he's in it, you get pulled in with that car, and that could bring the whole helicopter down, which is dangerous as shit. But in this, he gets him out safely. He pulls her out. You can tell he's kind of in the door the entire time, getting her to come basically to him, pulling her, because at this point she's a dead body, pulling her to him and then bringing her up into the cabin. They have some awesome footage from different angles that you saw in this video that kind of explains what's going on in this moment of time. But shout out to this dude did an awesome job. You can tell he's calm, he's cool, he's collective. He's just kind of like hanging there along for the ride as he goes around in a circle until he gets, so he kind of goes over the hood in one point, and then he comes around and gets to that passenger side door. I don't know why he went to the passenger side door instead of the driver's door. It's hard to see the angle of where the current, but the current looks like it's going kind of directly in line with the car. So there's something we're obviously not seeing. Maybe they wanted to keep it out of the media's, like what he's doing, because you don't know if something goes wrong. Now it's on live television. That would be kind of bad, but I think it was more to protect her and not, in a sense, like not display a dead body everywhere. Good job to that dude. Did an awesome job. The thing that made me sketch as no other is this comment right here.
And one of the big things for the aircraft was the mist from the falls was actually coming back on the aircraft and actually causing us to ice over fairly quickly. And our aircraft does not have any de-ice capability.
So de-ice is basically, it allows the rotor blades and the airfoils to not accumulate ice. It heats them up. They said it was snowing, you could tell, so it's freezing conditions. You're getting the fog and everything that's building up on the rotor blades. On top of that, they're flying into potentially known icing conditions.
It took us about an hour transit to get out there, and on our route going past London, Canada, we hit about a pretty good snowstorm with about half a mile visibility and 600-foot ceilings, and we were having to dodge around some of the windmills that are out there in order to reach the falls in the most direct route.
So icing conditions in the 60 is a 5 degrees Celsius invisible moisture. I believe it's the same for the 65, which they're in, the Delphine. But if you end up accumulating ice on the blades without operable de-ice, you could basically fall out of the sky because the rotor blades aren't able to cut the air, and you're basically just going to fall out. And they just sent it anyways. They flew an hour through storms, and I think he said 600 feet?
And 600-foot ceilings.
600 feet, yeah. That's sketch. Super sketch. So in all sincerity, the flight there would worry me. But hats off to you guys, for real. I want to do more rescue reviews like this. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys have more stuff that you want to see. I'm trying to make it, and I'll catch you guys next time.